Hello and welcome back to the NUFC newsroom. I'm talking to you now the day after Newcastle unfortunately lost 2-1 to Crystal Palace at St James's Park. For me, that was one of the most frustrating games of football I've watched as a Newcastle United fan. It really was. I really didn't think we deserved to lose. Really, I think in the last three fixtures we've played, we've deserved something from the game. The Leeds game, we definitely deserved a point, and we won the Everton game, and I think last night we definitely deserved something. We enjoyed the majority of possession, created numerous chances. Really well. We were playing some brilliant football. Callum Wilson was showing how good he really is, and he is a phenomenal player. There was a nutmeg and a step over in the middle of the park, and he found Fraser up top, and Callum Wilson's quality is really starting to show more and more as the season goes on, really, and he's showing just how crucial he is for us. But we had Shah had a chance from a header, Fraser had a chance, Almiron was playing well, but yeah, unfortunately, I think we enjoyed a lot of possession. We really did, and I'm not sure we knew how to deal with it. To be honest, I don't think we've ever been in that situation where a team is pretty much doing a Bruce. I wrote an article earlier and I described it as Steve Bruce having a bit of his own medicine, but he's against Roy Hodgson, who's parking the bus. You know what I mean? Roy Hodgson's been doing this for years. He's been mastering this for a lot of years. And it proved well that we couldn't break them down, and they've got the 3 points. So yeah, disappointing result in the end. I mentioned a little bit about Newcastle having the ball and having too much of the ball. Newcastle had 57% of the ball yesterday evening, which is the most we've ever had in a Premier League game this season, which says something. I'd say that's progress. In that sense, I would say that's progress under Bruce. However, you can have all the ball. You could have 70-80% of the ball, like teams have against Newcastle in the past, and you can still not get all 3 points. You know what I mean? If you don't know how to use the ball well and create chances, then it doesn't really mean all that much. You could tell that the players were very timid and very scared to attack. That's how I saw it anyway. There was a lot of backwards passes, especially from the fullbacks, and Lewis and Manquillo, backwards passes, and John Joe Shelvey and Isaac Hayden were coming and sitting in the defence, picking up the ball, sideways passes. There was a lot of that. There really was a lot of that, and I don't think we didn't move the ball quick enough. It needs to be 2-3 touch when you're pushing for a goal to make that Palace defence move, because Scott Down and Gary Cahill, the two central defenders for Crystal Palace, were phenomenal. They were brilliant. They were absolutely, you couldn't fault them. You couldn't fault them last night. Absolutely brilliant. Saying that, I would say that we played into their hands slightly. I think when the players were a bit confused as to how to create these chances, how to break down Palace, we'd either send a long ball from Shah from the back, or from Clark from the back, or we'd whip it in from a deep area and it'd just get cleared out. As you'd imagine, Gary Cahill and Scott Down are always going to deal with that. That's what they thrive off. A lot of balls into the box. Do you know what I mean? That's they're no nonsense centre halves. So in that sense, yeah, I think we played into their hands slightly. I think we had 36 crosses into the box, which is crazy. But yeah, I'd say overall it's a strange feeling because we have lost the game, but we've given it a go. That's all Newcastle fans have been wanting for these past weeks, ever since that awful run of form started just before Christmas and into January. That kind of run, that's all we were asking for, was to have a go. Do you know what I mean? And be in the game. And we were very much in the game. For all the 90 minutes we were in the game. And we should have won. We should have taken our chances and been more clinical, but we weren't. It's something you learn from in the Premier League. Our players will learn from this. And if you're not clinical in the Premier League, you get punished. And that yesterday was a perfect example of that. So Newcastle United not picking up any points the other night has left us in 16th place on 22 points. I mean, it's going to be a long end to this season. It's going to be a tough end to the season. Every game's tough. Fulham sitting 18th place and Brighton on 17, and that gap there is 7 points. I think Fulham have a few games in hand, but we're just going to have to keep picking up these odd wins, like that Everton win. We've got Southampton next. That Southampton game is going to be an interesting one. I'll just read you out here. So obviously Southampton got beat 9-0 the other night against Manchester United, which is just crazy. But in that game, Bednarek got a red card. So and Southampton are gonna appeal against it, which is fair enough. It was a bit soft, but there was a few soft challenges yesterday for VAR. But that story's for another day, another video. So if Southampton appeal against Bednarek's red card is failed, Southampton will be without him. Jankovic, Salisu, Vestergaard, Walker-Peters, Diallo, Romeu, Teller, Obafemi, Walcott, and Smallbone, which is a number of their squad. So, I mean, that is an awful time for Southampton. They've got a lot of first team players out, a lot of their quality players are missing, so that's perfect for Newcastle United. We're at home. I would say we still have confidence. I don't know. I think we do. I think that result yesterday is different to the other losses we've had. I really think it is. And I think we should push on from this. I think that Southampton game, I think we'll pick up 3 points. The combination of that new style of football that Newcastle are trying to play. I think, obviously, with time, we'll get better and better at it. Southampton's confidence, again, getting beaten 9-0 for the second time in 2 seasons. It's just an awful, just morale must be awful in that camp at the minute. And obviously the lack of first team players Southampton have. So from that point of view, I think the Southampton game will be quite crucial for us. I'd like to think that we'd pick up 3 points there. I could be being, looking too much into it, but who knows? Personally, I think we'll pick up 3 points. Thank you for watching. If you want to follow my Twitter page, which is where I do most of my work, quotes, articles, you name it, and it's all on there. I'll leave it in the description below. You can follow my Twitter. And yeah, thanks for watching.